Watch and burn.
Hey everyone, so tonight I want to discuss Ludovico Einaudi's Una Mattina. Now this kicks off what I would consider, well wait, no, this doesn't kick off. This is actually, I think, pretty much, yeah, this is 2004. Jesus Christ, Adam. This is, I think, at the end, actually, of what I would consider to be his most emotional albums. Like, you could argue that they're like a trilogy. It would be this, Eden Rock, and I Giorni, assuming I'm pronouncing that right, which I know I'm not. I always say assuming because that means or implies that I am when I know I'm probably not. But these three records, or those two records and this, I think are his most emotionally deep albums. Not to say that everything he has done since hasn't been incredibly emotional, because I couldn't be further from the truth, but I just find these albums to be the perfect blend of like harmony and sadness and hope and despair, sort of all tied into one, and each record just seems to capitalize on that over and over again. And I'm not going to bother attempting to pronounce the song titles on here because I will butcher them. But this has a handful of some of his best known and most loved songs that the man has ever composed. And like I said, this, Eden Rock, and I Giorni, I gotta stop pronouncing I Giorni because I know I'm getting it wrong, but these three albums are absolutely perfect and they complement each other so well that freaked me out. The other phone just went out and it caught me off guard and it freaked me out because for some reason I'm turning into a fucking soft touch. But anyways, this record, it's, I don't know, there's something about it that it could be used at like any point at any movie and it would fit for some reason, even though these are so emotionally heavy, or this record is so emotionally heavy. It could be used during a reconciliation. It could be used during a shootout. There's something about his music, especially from this period, that it blurs so many lines and it can blend into so many different ways of life and so many sort of different situations that we can all find ourselves in. This music isn't just for when you're feeling happy. This music is definitely not just for when you're feeling sad. This music is just great and it fits in every aspect of your life. No matter what you're doing or what you're up to, this album will fit in perfectly, assuming you dig piano-based classical music. If you don't, it's not going to fit in at all. And yeah, you're not going to like it in the slightest. But that would be your loss because he's a genius. This record is perfect sounding, and I love the emotional weight that this record has, and this period has, really. But this record, I don't know, it's perfect. Every song on here continues to build on the one prior to it. And Nouveau Bianche, see, I can't pronounce that, but Nouveau Bianche, fuck, I know I butchered that. That's on here. And of course, there's another version on the Toronto project that has vocals, and that actually outdoes this, and that's saying something because at this point, this is one of the best songs that he has ever written, and it's like one of the best songs I've ever heard. But then once the vocals are added on the Toronto project, wow, that song, it somehow manages to absolutely climb to new heights that I didn't think that was possible, and yet they did it. They pulled it off perfectly on the Toronto project, actually. And eventually I will discuss the Toronto project, or the Tarantula project, I suppose. But for now, I'm going to go. So thank you so much for sitting with me while I discussed Ludovico Einaudi's Una Mattina, released back in 2004. If you like this review, don't forget to do something nice for somebody. And you can point out how badly I'm butchering the titles of these records, too. I don't really care. I love the music. I don't get the language, but I don't suppose language really matters when it comes to music, because music is, after all, sort of a universal language that's meant for all people. So, I'm going to go. Have a good night. I just wanted to say thank you for making it through the entire video. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to remind everyone one more time, even though I've probably already done this in the video that you just watched, to please click the like button as well as the subscribe button because it helps this channel grow. And thank you for hitting like and subscribe, and we will see you guys really soon.